Every time I laugh because we've chatted before we come on. But
Yeah.
so hi and welcome to Miracle Mondays. I'm Melanie, and every week my mom and I come together to have real conversations about life. These are conversations that we have privately all the time, and we absolutely love them. So we feel so blessed to be able to talk about the things that really matter, and we thought it would be fun to share them with all of you. Our hope is that through these conversations, you feel inspired in some way, whatever way you need to in the moment. So let's dive into today's conversation.
Let's.
Okay, so based on something that I have going on in my life right now as a mom, I have a question for you, mommy.
Mhm.
How did you navigate? How do you navigate? I shouldn't even say did because it's probably still a do. How do you navigate loving Brad and I so much? And when you see us going through challenges or different times when we've been in pain for different things, how do you as a mom navigate that and kind of like separate yourself from it and not go down with us, so to speak?
Mhm. Hmm. Good question.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the first thing that kind of comes to me when you said it, like not going down with you, I think what comes to my mind is the being empathetic. So how everybody talks about empathy is really important and to be empathetic and connect and so on. And I think that in the cases where somebody you care about and love deeply is going through something, you have to stay detached from it because if not, then it's going to be all about you and how you feel about everything instead of really focusing on you or Brad. It's not about me.
Okay. So I have another question. So I get that.
Yeah.
And and I can see that in the moments of
Yeah.
like standing in front of your child or on the phone or whatever, and that
Mhm.
you really need to be able to support them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about when you're not in front of them? What about in the quiet moments? Did you worry about us? Did you like, how did you navigate that piece? So obviously, in order, you're really skilled, and in order to be able to be there for us, which I think I can do as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, did it bother you outside of the conversations? And what did you do in those times? Like, how did you navigate that?
Well, I mean, I feel like I just say the same things over and over and over, right? Because they're just a strategy that, I mean, I had to see everything as being okay.
Yeah.
Like I just, and not get caught in. Of course, it was like, different things that both of you have gone through. It's just heart-wrenching, of course. But I can't go there and help you. I can't go there and be of service to you. I can't go there and somehow help you to move through these things. The minute it's about me, then I can't do anything. Whether I'm in front of you, whether I'm not in front of you, it doesn't really matter. It's like,
Okay, so do you have any weak moments where for a moment you feel sad or bad or talk to
well,
me,
of
or
course.
or do you just like naturally just live in seeing it all working, or do you do a dance with
No.
yourself?
I mean, of course, naturally, when something happens, I mean, it's horrible as me, the parent. I mean, like
I just
there's
wanted to
just,
make sure you were normal.
oh my God. No, I mean, it's terrible. And, you could go down too, but then I can't help anybody through anything if
Yeah.
I go down. So somehow that allows me to draw on all the things that you and I draw on all the time, all
Yeah.
the things we teach other people. They're not just things we say.
Yeah.
It's like deciding you're going to live it. So, yeah, could I just fall apart when I think of different things that have happened to each of you at the time? Of course. But
Or
if
your
I
grandkids.
do, then what?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
I'm curious about and I love it because I think it's like for all the work that we do and all the coaching that I do and our VIP clients and everything, I think the important thing for people to know is all of us have that moment of human. It's
yes.
not like the goal is to be able to live, I mean, obviously that'd be really nice, but that we naturally like that we don't ever go there first and then use our tools to feel like notice I don't like the way I'm feeling. I can't be resourceful right now. I can't be of service or this isn't whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And then we make the decision because we have the deep desire to feel good and we have the skills and tools to be able to do it that then we implement something in order to change how we feel so that we can then continue on being of service, like whether it's visualizing that your kids are going to be okay, all is going to be good, like they're going to be great or whatever it might
What
be.
can I do to help? It's like,
Yeah.
what can I do? What can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
How can I help? I mean,
And I
that's
think,
a thing.
but I think the helpful thing, like for people, for anybody, if anybody ever watches this, is is the idea that some kind of natural response happens first, the human side, the mom or the whatever, like just when something happens in our life outside of external to us, even if it's to us or to somebody that we love,
Yeah.
there is that natural human response,
Mhm.
and then we have choice.
And that's the thing, I think. I think if people can somehow believe they have choice, that's when the difference comes.
Yeah.
So you have to believe that you have choice. And then you start thinking along those lines of, okay, what can I do? How can I help? How can I make this better? How can I feel better? What can I do? But first, you have to make that choice that I'm of no service to myself or to anyone if I go down,
Yeah.
period. Doesn't mean I'm not down for, I mean, I don't even know how long, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't mean
Depends on the situation.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
The point is I have to decide. I mean, all I care about is if there's a problem with you or Brad
Yeah.
or the kids.
Yeah.
It's like I have to get out of my way
Yeah. Yeah.
and just, like remember how much I love you and not, yeah, it's interesting because yesterday, um, when we were visiting, Tanya
Not
asked,
with me, by the way.
yes, no, but Tanya asked something or mentioned something about the relationship that I have with you and Brad. And we were talking about, how does that come about? How did that happen? And it isn't just one thing. It's deciding, something on a bigger level that then you do your best to live by it.
Yeah.
That's all. And it isn't one thing or, yeah. Anyways, it was just an interesting conversation.
And that is interesting from a parenting perspective, and then from life in general, it's like, so as parents it doesn't mean we have to be perfect and do the right thing at every moment, and we are going to make mistakes and we are going to, all of that, but the overall, we're not measured by each individual moment, it's like the overall intention that we have. Like I'm saying, for me with my girls, I look and I
Yeah.
go, like, of course there's moments where I look back and I go, oh gosh, I wish I had done made that decision or whatever. All the times I took away Maddie's phone is something I think about all the time. Like, what was I doing? But anyways, um, I did the best that I could at the time with the resources that I had, for sure. But the overall, like, even though there's things that I wish I would have done, could have done different or go back or do better, I always think, I mean, I don't want to have another baby, but I always think I'd love to have another baby because I feel like I could do a better job. because the
Or
person
not.
well, because the person I am today, I feel like is a
Yes.
better version of me than I was at 30 or whatever. but but I'm so blessed with how much they love me and how much they share with me and all of that. And that's because of a compilation of a bunch of things, not, you know, and they're not measuring our relationship by the few times I messed up, you know?
Right. And that was kind of our conversation as well. It's like it's the whole picture.
Yeah,
It's not one thing, or it's not discipline, making sure that I'm disciplined, discipline them enough to, that was kind of part of our conversation too, that, some parents don't do enough of that, or they do too much of that, or,
yeah,
whatever. And it's like, it's the whole big picture. What's the relationship like? And what kind of relationship do you want to have?
yeah.
Right? And then you go from there.
Which is like everything in life. So if we know our purpose and we have like a way that we want to be in the world, then that guides how we behave. If we have an outcome that we want with our children and our relationship, then that dictates how we behave.
Right. And sorry,
Yeah.
well, because I hear a lot of people, well, I'll say parents, still blaming their parents
Yeah.
for their behavior.
Yeah.
And they're an adult and they're a parent and they have choice. And as you know, I wasn't close to my family. So it's
Yeah.
not like I followed suit.
Yeah.
I had to do kind of the opposite and just, know who I wanted to be with my kids,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And that was from the beginning,
Yeah.
right? And so I think those are things that a lot of people haven't healed what they need to heal. And they're
Yeah.
not willing to take responsibility for their part, that, and I don't mean their part of causing something, but their part in being able to help in a way that can only come if we've done our own healing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that's the way it is. And some of us just naturally are inclined to be that way, and other people have to learn and grow and learn the skills consciously before they can do it unconsciously. But it's all a choice. It's what do you want your relationship to be like? And what do you think about your beautiful family? Do you see them as beautiful beings that maybe are having a problem right now? Or maybe, you know, but ultimately you have to see them as these beautiful, precious beings in
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that was a really good point about blaming our past for, for how we for how we behave. And usually that's if we don't like the way we've behaved, then
Yes.
a lot of people will go back and blame their past. But at some point, that it becomes our own responsibility to become the person we want to be in spite of whatever we have faced in our past. For you, you made like I think a lot of people, I think there's two choices when you've been raised in a really, well, there's probably a million, but two that come to mind. When you've been raised in a way that is not how you want to have your future. It's like some people repeat the pattern and other people decide to do it differently. You decided to do it differently. Thank goodness for me and Brad. And yeah, and that becomes a choice. I look at people in my life that I know have had like tremendous pain from their past, and I have a ton of compassion for them. And there comes a point where it becomes your responsibility to heal what you need to heal and create the life that you want to create in spite of whatever has happened.
Otherwise, you're just going to waste time blaming and doing something. I mean, you can't do a thing about it. So
Yeah,
what's the point? And
yeah,
the past is the past. I mean, neurologically, the past is the past. And
yeah,
the only way that it can affect you is if you choose to go back and bring it into today and think about it today. That's the only way that it can influence you. And the more you bring it back, the more you make it a part of now, but it doesn't exist,
yeah.
you know?
And there might be natural, like habitual ways of behaving from your past, which again, there's no point in going back and figuring out why. It's like, what can you do to change that so you can be the person you want to be and have the relationships you want to have and have the life that you want to have?
Right.
End of the day, that's what it comes down to. It's like, what kind of life do you want to live? How do you want to feel? What do you want to be doing? Who do you want to have around you? What do you want your relationships to feel like? How do you want to, who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? And then do whatever you need to do in order to be that.
And
Whether
know
that's
that you
healing work,
can.
whether that's, pardon?
And know that you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. We're changing all the time. And as we know, our brains are rewiring all the time. It's like, are they rewiring to the same old, program that they were before, or are they rewiring to something new and improved, an
Right.
upgraded version?
Exactly. And even, again, scientifically, that's why we've said this before, but neuroscience, I mean, I just love the, seeing the
Yeah.
neural networks getting thicker and thicker as we repeat the same thoughts and the same, right? And
Yeah.
so we have a choice. What do we want to repeat? And
Yeah.
what do we want to stop thinking about so that there's no longer an internal connection? And we do have the choice. And a lot of people just would rather think they didn't have the choice.
100%.
So,
And then that circles me right back to my first question of, like, what did you do when Brad and I, like, as a parent, because I know,
mm,
a lot of people that will watch this, if I keep wanting to say if anybody does, but we're having fun anyways.
yeah,
But how do you deal with when somebody you love is going through a challenging time? And it would be all of that. Really, at the end of the day, it's like, yes, you have the feeling, it's like, your heart breaks for somebody that you love that's in pain. And then there's a choice. You either sit in that and stew in that and go down with them, or you do something again to feel the way you want to feel, to be the person you want to be resourceful so that you can be of service and and continue forward. So I would
right.
imagine when you said, you can't be of service, that's what you're doing. You're making the choice to implement some kind of tool or skill that you have learned that is going to allow you to get to the space where you can be of service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, I really do. I think people talk a lot about empathy, which is why I'm just repeating that again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do think a lot of people talk about that as it's something really important to have. And on one level, of course, but on another level, the moment I feel what you're feeling, it's no longer about you.
Yeah. So
It's
that
about
goes
me.
for if with a client, that goes in parenting,
Yes.
that goes in relationship, that goes, it doesn't matter where. It's that when someone's telling you a story, whether it's your friend that you're sitting there talking to, when they
Yeah.
tell you a story and you feel it for them, you're sitting there crying alongside them. I understand that sort of beautiful connection, but it isn't your experience, it's their experience. And if you're sitting there crying with them, maybe that's what they need in the moment. But in order to be of service, you need to do something to get out of that.
Exactly. And I was just thinking about when you said about whether it's clients or, friends or family. But one of the things that when I first started doing this work that I was taught is to see the person, and in this case it would have been clients, but to
Yeah.
see that person completely, absolutely
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
and resourceful and healed whatever needed healing or whatever it is, but literally see them up there, just this beautiful being, so that you speak to that being. You don't speak to the person that's, I don't know, down and out. I don't
Yeah.
know how to really describe
Hurting
that,
at that moment in
hurting.
time. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so, because you can't help anyone move forward if you don't see them
Yeah. Yeah.
as that
If
amazing
you see them as
human.
a broken person who can't heal, you're gonna help keep them there
Yeah,
unknowingly,
yeah,
unknowingly. Yeah.
yeah,
And again, so because my first question was around parenting, it's the same thing
yeah,
with kids. You want to see them as whole and having this amazing life. And
totally.
yes, they have this challenge right now, but you know that this is a challenge in amongst a beautiful, incredible life for them.
Absolutely. I
Them,
mean,
which is me.
yeah.
And when I say
Exactly.
them, I'm thinking of my kids, obviously.
Yes. But that's the truth that, again, I think on some level it sounds really simplistic, but
Yeah,
on another level, it's to recognize that it is really decisions that you make
yeah.
to be a
Moment by
certain way
moment,
in the world. Pardon?
moment by moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yes, the things that you experienced or Brad experienced, like some of them, oh my God. I mean, I could have fallen apart as a puddle on the floor, and maybe I did for a minute. I don't remember, as you know me,
Because you only remember good things.
you know, but I don't remember getting caught in the thing. I remember being a part of, doing something to help you move through it.
Yeah.
And, that's all that I can say.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a beautiful conversation.
Okay, good.
I think it was. I hope you think it was. And if
Yeah.
we both think it is, then hopefully somebody else thinks it is too.
Well, that's exactly. So how can we be of service to other people, really?
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking all the time, right? How
Yeah.
can we
And so you
serve?
know that people are watching this and they have loved ones who end up in having challenging times and
Mhm.
they probably get caught in, what do I do and how do I help them? And so the answer to that is really the best way to serve them is to stay on top of your feelings and do something so that you can get yourself into a resourceful state so that you can get then support. Because when you end up in their problem with them, holding
Yeah,
on to their problem, then
yeah,
you're in the same state as them and you can't support them through it.
exactly. And just one other thing, it's like being really careful that you're not getting hooked on blaming and being angry at the person or situation that caused this for your child.
Are you speaking from experience?
I could be. Like really, a lot of people just focus on getting back at somebody and doing whatever. So again, it's just coming into the place of looking at your child and knowing what you want for them and helping them feel what you'd like them to feel
And
to
it's actually not about anybody else or anything else. It's not about what happened, the people, the wronged, the this, the that. It's about the person you love or care about and how can
exactly.
you serve them.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of the fighting. So,
Yay.
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I love you. Thank you for
Okay.
this.
I love you too.
Okay. We'll see you next Monday.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye for now.